Before the crowd, before the set list, we're welcoming people into this weird space before the shows where emotions run wild with the musicians. This is Soundcheck Therapy. And we're here with the Dead Anthems. Want to go ahead and introduce yourselves to the people out there watching?
My name's Tony. I play the drums for the band. Yeah. Kind of just... yeah.
Nailed it.
Drum roll, please.
Drums.
Right, yeah.
I'm Charlie Nine. I'm the rhythm guitarist and the vocalist for the Dead Anthems.
My name is Philip Denton. I play bass and occasional vocals for the Dead Anthems.
Well, it's nice to have you guys on here. We appreciate you guys coming out. Charlie, I know you drove pretty far up here.
Many moons away.
Yeah. Speaking of that, so where do you guys all come from? Like, how did you get here? Have you lived here all your life? Like, what's the story behind that for us?
I've been here for 15 years.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure we moved here because of Walmart.
Okay, yeah, that's
but,
fair.
Yeah, after Walmart, we kind of just stayed here. It's kind of a nice place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good place to be.
Be like that.
It's understandable.
I moved here from Vegas in December. I'm kind of new to the area, it's definitely a change of pace from the city life. The humidity here is ridiculous.
Compared to Vegas.
Yeah, I was in Vegas like 2 weeks ago, and it'd be like 100 degrees.
But it was awesome.
It felt better than here.
So
it was
much
like
better.
85. We
So
were
much
golfing.
better.
It was like 98 when we played golf.
Amazing.
It was fine.
At nighttime, the warmth. That's the one thing about Vegas. I love.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
The nighttime. It's just so warm.
I like Arizona because of that reason.
Yeah, same thing.
The
Yeah,
flags, Phoenix. Oh.
Yeah. Hey, dude. So I'm originally from Huntsville, Alabama. I moved to Dallas, Texas about 6 years ago and lived there for 6 years, and then back in January moved up here to Bentonville, Arkansas, work at Walmart, and play music for sanity's sake.
Okay.
yeah. So I saw you at the Stars hat. Are you Dallas Allegiance or are you
Dallas Stars. So I'm kind of all over the place because, like with every sport, when I moved to Dallas, I was like, all right, I gotta adopt something.
Yeah.
I'm an Auburn college football fan, so I cannot my body cannot handle more bad football. So the Cowboys were out.
Yeah. Good choice.
Good
call.
Baseball, when I was a kid, I briefly lived in Cincinnati, Ohio, so I'm a Cincinnati Reds fan.
Okay.
And I soft adopted the Rangers, but I was like, I'm kind of already spoken for.
Mm-hmm.
Basketball was awesome. The Mavericks were great, but it was just like prohibitively expensive to consistently go and see them.
Yeah.
And so that left hockey. I was like, well, I can go to a game for, $40 and just watch people fight. This sounds awesome.
Yeah.
So
watching the Stars and the American Airlines Arena is so much better than watching the Mavs.
Phenomenal.
It's great.
The crowd is so into it. And it was the first time I have been exposed to a competent sports team that
they're not bad.
Consistently makes playoff runs and is fun to watch, and the crowd is super into it. And so I went to one playoff hockey game and was immediately like, this is the greatest thing I've ever experienced. I'm now a through and through Dallas Stars fan, and hockey is probably... I still get super excited about college football season, but the thing I'm most excited about this year, for Auburn at least, is hopefully firing Hugh Freeze. So as far as sports go, the only sport that I really get super excited for is hockey.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm with that, dude. I like hockey because it's like you're saying, the crowd, it feels like you're going back in time a little. The people are like, boys, let's get some beers going. People are heckling.
Oh, yeah.
It reminds me of you go to a big arena show, for music, and it's like kind of corporate, and you feel like you can't mosh, and then you go to like a theater, and everyone's just like, let's go for it, you know.
I'll on that note, like the coolest thing I remember, I guess maybe this past year, I was at the playoffs. We were playing Vegas. I'm sorry, I hate y'all, but I was in the lower bowl, right up close to the glass, and there was this Vegas fan just like a row in front of me. And I had bought the ticket on a whim, so I'm surrounded by strangers. And this Vegas fan was being kind of a dick, and so I just started just completely chirping at him, just heckling.
Right.
And he turns around and he starts heckling back, and then all these strangers who I've never met before, they get in and start defending me and start roasting this guy back. And by a quarter of the way through the first period, I've got strangers coming in there like, beers for this guy. Yeah. Hey, yellow jersey, you suck, man. And just like everybody and then at the end of the game, like the guy in the Knights jersey was like, all right, good stuff, guys. See y'all next time. And so like everyone had a good time just bullshitting and just like deciding, hey, we hate you for the next 90 minutes, whatever. It was so fun, dude.
Well, let's move into music a little bit. So we got where you guys are all from. How did you get into music specifically, and what's keeping you there right now?
I got into music a while ago, like in 5th grade. Well, that's when I started playing music. I love music just in general. Listening to it is fun. It's like a staple, like cleaning, working, doing anything. Music is just...
It's a bonus on top.
Yeah. But I played the trombone in 5th grade.
Oh, nice.
I played it for 4 years, and then...
Were you first chair?
Yes, I actually was.
Okay. So I played the trombone in 5th grade when we started band. I was in band for 1 year, and that was 5th grade. I wanted to play drums when I started off, and they were like, no, you got long arms, you're going to go play the trombone. I was like, well, fuck. So I get out there, and I'm sitting like 2 seats down from the first chair. And instead of learning the notes and actually studying like a good boy, I just sat there and I copied how long his arm went the entire time. That's all I did. That's all I did. And then I got out of it and went to choir. That was all I did.
Nice. Yeah, that rules.
Yeah. There was one, we had this in junior high in 8th grade. The band director was really, really weird.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one day where I forgot my trombone, and he gave me this really old one, and he didn't give me any cleaner.
So it was a rusty trombone?
One could say.
Walking about.
No, I think that guy knew what he was doing.
But I walked out and I called my mom. I was like, "Hey, I'm done, by the way." And then
He was like, no more.
Yeah. And then I joined guitar class, and the guitar teacher was like, "You're playing with your thumbs. Do you want to try drums?" I was like, "Actually, yeah." And then it was awesome. It was like an instant click. And then ever since, I've just like self-taught myself all the way up to here.
Rap.
And now I'm teaching like all my friends in high school.
You almost said kids.
You almost said kids.
He's not teaching his kids. He turns 18 now. He owns all the kids.
He'll teach his friends, but his kids got to learn themselves.
Keep the tempo.
Yeah.
I liked being that the superior.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody would come up to me for a question and be like, "Oh, it's just this," and they're like, "Oh."
That's such a good motivator too.
The cricket has become the grasshopper.
Pokemon.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's cool.
Let me see. For me, music. So it was really weird. I did 12 years in the military, and during my military time, when I was stationed in Germany, like I always had a guitar, and I'd always strum and I'd always play, but I never really had the time to be able to dedicate to fucking playing, because I'm in the fucking military.
Yeah.
So then, towards the end of my military time, I start kind of like doing a lot more karaoke stuff because I love adult beverages, A good time, chicken wings and shit.
That always helps with karaoke.
Yeah, absolutely. Whiskey and some chicken wings go a long way at a karaoke bar. So I would always karaoke. I karaoke'd everywhere I went and stuff like that. And then one day, just like Tony here with the giving up a trombone and picking up the drums, it just clicked. Like playing a guitar allowed me to kind of like have something to hide behind and not just stand there with like a mic, like, you know. And not, like, what do I do with my fucking hands? I don't fucking know. But now that I have a guitar, right, now I'm doing shit, you know, and it's crazy. But music has always been, like Tony said, it's always been a passion of mine, simply because if you look at your life, right, when you live a life, your life is broken up into, like, believe it or not, albums. And through the albums that you grow up, whether it's like All American Rejects or Creed or System of a Down's first album or Slipknot, like you remember when you grew up, like what was your first fucking rock album that you ever bought? I know mine, but like you remember shit like that. You may forget Girlfriend's name, but you will never forget what fucking song was the banger for the summer, like Mudvayne's Dig when it first came out. Or Slipknot's Wait and Bleed, or Limp Bizkit's Nookie, or fucking Korn's All Day I Dream About Sex. This was high school for me, late 90s, and music has always had like a special place because where the world doesn't understand, music does. And I think it's a positive outlet. It doesn't cost you an arm, a leg, or anything. It just calls you to just turn on the radio. I mean, back in the 90s, dude, the radio was something that was really fucking awesome. We didn't have iPods at the time. We didn't have the internet. Internet came out in 97 commercially, at least for us in New York. So before the 97 internet thing, it was all about like Howard Stern, the radio. What's on? Yeah. There was no fucking Spotify. It was like, let's turn on the radio, see what's up. And it was always such a great thing to hear like bands like Aerosmith, hear Stone Temple Pilots, hear fucking Soundgarden. Just, you know what I'm saying? That was revolutionary shit where you didn't have all this tech.
Right.
But then like shortly after like the internet and everything
video killed the radio station.
Yeah. It really did. It really, really did. But like that's kind of how I got into it, and ever since then, after the military, I started doing like other stuff, but then I started kind of like getting into the music thing. I started playing. I went and played a lot of different places in Vegas and played in a couple different bands, and then I moved here, and then I stumbled into the meteor, and from there it was just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
cool.
Dream come true.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say that. But let me tell you something. It makes the shanty town that much better to have people that are fucking super cool that I could call like my friends. Because like, dude, nowadays it's so weird. Back in the day, you used to know who your friends were, right? Like back in the day, there was no fucking doubt. Like these are your dudes. These are dudes that you go underneath the bridge and smoke one or drink one. Or go in the woods and like try to find shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kids don't do that.
Classic guy shit.
Yeah, we don't do that. Now we're modernized, so now we share memes, tweet, and drink like public to kind of socialize it. It was just a little different.
Now it's like, hey, you guys want to Google a dead body?
Fuck yeah! Have you seen Rotten.com or Two Girls One Cup? Like I saw that shit, man. That's crazy. But that's changing the times.
Yeah. Well, Phil, what about you?
Yeah, I think I mentioned yesterday, but like. My parents always told me the story when my mom was pregnant with me. Every time there was music present was when I would like really go crazy in her stomach. And they were like, all right, we know what we're in for this one. So literally since before I was born, I've apparently been keying into music. I don't know if music is something that is like genetic and runs in the family, or if it, I'm not going to get into the whole like etherealness of it. But my uncle is a country musician, played in a band that was kind of big in the 90s called Shenandoah.
Kind of big?
Yeah.
Kind of big?
Yeah.
What?
No big deal.
My uncle was in the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know that band or not.
Do you know who that is? Is that good? Is that good?
Like, can't have been too, like, I've heard of them, so it can't be that big. Whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I grew up around that kind of scene, going to see, all the big country artists that my uncle was rubbing elbows with and all that stuff. And like in my mind, that was just like a normal thing. Like music, and especially music performance, is something that's just present. And it kind of developed from there, going into middle school. I discovered punk and alternative and emo stuff. I despite my parents being like, you're not allowed to wear that, that's stupid, so I was wearing like American Eagle and dressing like, presentable, but I was then going into my room and being like, I'm not okay. So in
the streets you were like, I like girls who wear Abercrombie and Finch.
Yeah.
But then in his bedroom, he was like, I'm not okay.
Yeah.
I got it. I love it.
Just it's so great. Just the whole like, student of the month. Also, fucking, just, I'm not okay, I promise, whatever.
Yeah.
It's all My Chemical Romance. So yeah, I just fell into the whole like emo punk rock. I was like, oh my gosh, this music is like, there is so much more than all the stuff that's always been present for me. And so I picked up a guitar and started, I had already been in band up to that point. I had been, played trumpet and whatever. And so one day I just picked up a guitar, and in middle school and high school, played in a ska band with my friends. Played a whole lot of Real Big Fish.
You guys remember that shit, ska?
A whole lot of Less Than Jake.
Less Than Jake.
Yeah. And started. I played tuba in the marching band. I got brought into indoor drumline, and that was actually the first time I ever played bass because they needed a bass player, and their bassist got sick right before world competitions. So I was just like, I play guitar and I play tuba. Let's just put them together.
It's like pineapple apple pen.
Yeah, exactly.
It was
fully like that. And so, just played in bands, played in marching band, drumline.
Yeah.
Marching band in college, but I sort of fell out of playing like guitar and stuff. And after college, I moved back to my hometown. One of my buddies from drumline, phenomenal drummer, a guy named Jonathan Beavers, he hits me up and he was just like, he had forgotten that I was actually a guitar player, and he was just like, hey man, do you still play bass? And I was so desperate to play music with people, I just lied through my teeth. I was like, oh yeah, dude, absolutely.
I slapped something.
I'm totally a bass player.
That's how it happens sometimes.
Yeah. Dude, so he was just like, cool, can you learn 30 songs by this weekend? Like, I've got a gig and have nobody to play bass. I'm like, yeah, if you have a bass, I can borrow, mine's in the shop. And just totally lied. And on that gig, I was just like, this clicks so much better than I've ever felt with guitar. And from that point on, I put my guitars away. I started buying bass gear and just never looked back. I'm a rhythm section guy through and through now.
Yeah,
So that's awesome, man.
Yeah,
That's awesome. Just give me the hardest, like, the grittiest part of music that you've experienced so far.
Go for it.
The one that immediately jumps into my head, in my time in Dallas, I know that a ton of my bass playing idols have like jazz backgrounds. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to start trying to get into the jazz scene to figure out what that's about. And I had no idea what I was getting into. And so I get on stage and they called this one song that, I would go to this jazz jam. There was this jazz jam at this awesome bar. It was phenomenal. I would go there all the time. So I decided to get up on stage with them. And they called this song that I was like, okay, I think I've heard that before. And then the guy counts it off and just counted it off faster than any human being has ever counted any song ever in the history of the world.
Yeah.
And I flubbed the first note and I just couldn't do it. And I ate shit in front of about 4 of these musicians that I've been seeing playing all over Dallas that I've just like come to idolize, that I'm hoping like, oh man, these are the guys that I want to be playing with.
Yeah.
And I ate shit so hard and immediately just tried to step off the stage. And it was, fortunately, we reached the end of the song and they see me like taking the bass off. They're like, no, you're not allowed to end on that one. We're not letting you end on that one, because if you end on that one, you're going home and you're putting that bass away and you're never picking it up ever again. Mm-hmm. So they did ask me like, okay, let's do one more and let you regain your confidence. And we did. I was able to make it through with them. And that probably rescued me from putting my bass away for, if not forever, then definitely longer than I should have. And that just always sticks out in my mind, because afterwards they pulled me aside and they told me, look, there is a recipe. About 80% of the time, you should be confident. You should be playing what you know and doing kind of what you feel like is your best. And then 20% of the time, you need to show your entire ass and just completely eat it, because if you're not doing that, you are not growing. Yeah. And that advice right there, that was probably 5 years ago, and that has rescued me more times. Anytime I have a bad gig now, or like flub a song or something, I always go back to that of just like, no, this is the process. We're holding ourselves as artists and musicians to the standard of what like we think it should sound like and how it should be. Yeah. But we're also comparing ourselves to the people who have been doing it forever, the people who had, you know, however many takes to polish the recording or whatever. They ate shit just as many times as we did, and that's part of the journey, and that's how you keep going. So I've had plenty of instances since then that, you know, completely threw me off the rails and ruined the rest of the gig, but all you can do is go home, look yourself in the mirror and be like, all right, that's in the 20% bucket, and that's the next one.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta take risks, man. I mean, every time you get on stage, you're taking a risk. If you play it safe and just play covers your whole life, like, where are you gonna be?
Yeah, exactly. That's totally.
Like, I mean,
if that's all you want to do, then
great.
Fine.
Yeah, but if you want to get to the next level, you know.
Are you growing?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a point where music comes down to, are you tributing your entire music career to someone else, or are you trying to share your own emotions?
Yeah, exactly. Because music's a conversation. Like, it doesn't matter if you're playing a cover of something that somebody else wrote. You're putting yourself in those shoes. You've got to listen to, you know, I got to listen to what's Charlie doing on guitar, what's Tony doing on drums. And the way I respond to what they're doing in those moments is uniquely me. Yeah. And you can't fake your way through that conversation.
No, it takes that journey of 20 to 80 to figure that out.
Hell yeah.
That's probably a pretty good ratio too, 20-80. I like that. That's a good number.
That's good advice, man.
Yeah.
Really.
If you're like 80% bombing, it's like practice. Sure. But, you know, it's like, dude,
80% of the time it works all the time.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Charlie, what about you, bro?
So check this out, man. So I've started this whole playing and singing thing. I started that in 2023 January. So I've been doing this for actually like 1.5 years. No, maybe 2.5 years.
2.5.
So I don't really have that. My thing. So like every Tuesday we go up and we perform a song. But from the Tuesday to the new Tuesday, I try to give them a set list as soon as possible so we could practice on Saturday or Sunday. The biggest thing for me, I think that is super nerve-wracking, is when you get to the meteor and you see your fellow peers there. Like, there's so many fucking amazing artists that you wouldn't even fucking know unless you actually sat down and talked to them. I'm gonna mention Rumwolf because I love Rumwolf. I think that that dude is so fucking genuine. I know that like his gander, I always compliment him on his gander. He always has these outfits that match. He always projects and performs in such a way. And when I see people do what they do best, it's almost like, dude, it pushes my envelope. Mm-hmm. Even though before I go on stage, I ask Tony, ask Phil, he's been with me for a while. I'm super fucking nervous all the fucking time. Like, you wouldn't know it. You would not know it. And especially since I stopped drinking before performances. Because I always get a little loose in the mouth and call people motherfuckers, and I still do. Because I still believe
dude, I think you would do that
you're
sober,
fuckers,
bro.
motherfuckers.
Like, my man, that kid is 9.
Yeah, that little fuck these kids. Fuck that motherfucker. But you know what I mean. So I kind of put some restrictions and some boundaries on kind of like the performance, so then I can give the best of me. Because the one thing that I hate is going back, recording something, and then being like, man, having to live with, I should have done that better. You know, I have a week to prepare. I have X amount of hours to prepare. And the music thing, I look at it as a reflection of how you take anything in life. Hey, I have a job. I have to go to work tomorrow. How am I going to prepare for work? Am I going to make tomorrow a smooth transition, or am I going to fucking fumble it through the fucking finish line, right? Mm-hmm. Same thing with performing. You're exposing yourself. You are bearing, whether it's covers or not. It's a performance. Mm. Yeah, I'm not I'm not out there maybe like trying to score 100 points on the court or trying to run 150 yards per game, but I am trying to sing a song to the best of my ability without botching it up. And that's when I mentioned Rum Wolf and Bobby and all those guys. It's very inspiring to see like people have a passion for something that doesn't have monetary value, and be able to project the confidence and the performance that they do. And it kind of helps in those bad times where I'm like, man, am I really that good? Because there's so many amazing fucking talents out there. They just go up and they pick up a guitar and like Zach or like fucking Evil fucking Wayne. They're just really good. And you see that and you're like, man, you know what? I may not be there, but the fact that this person is capable of this inspires me to push myself to greater heights. Mm. You know what I mean? So I think for me, I haven't been playing as long as Phil. I never had a point. I've invested so much fucking money into fucking music. Mm. There's no going back. There's just none. There's too many thousands. There's too many Gibson Les Pauls. You can fucking suck it. I'm not going back to karaoke. Maybe for some hot old chicks, man. I'm joking.
We've got
happily
B42.
B42.
A performance by Charlie 9.
Fuck yeah! Dude, hey, listen.
Do it for the Cougs.
So that's like the one thing, right? I like playing with Tony and playing with Phil. It's like, dude, music has no capacity in the sense of limiting like who you fuck with or who you play with. I think it's a sonic resonance, man. Like if you fuck with the sound that I'm fucking with and I fuck with the sound that you're fucking with, I think we could party. Mm-hmm. You know, music's just always been an outlet, and it's always been a healthy outlet that usually leads to pretty fucking cool times.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Amen to that. Tony, hit us with your message, man.
I haven't really had a musically traumatic experience yet.
Prodigy, man.
Prodigy. But you're ready for it.
Yes. Last night was probably the first one that I had.
What do you mean? What happened?
I was there. I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
No, what happened?
I remember that.
Speak.
Well, we had somebody that we didn't really know come up and sing with us, and he kept going, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, baby.
Wasn't the right part of the song.
Yeah, we messed up really, really bad. And after we were all like beating ourselves up, and then I realized, I was like, you know what? On those other songs we did good. Even though if we mess up, everybody else didn't care. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Only we knew about it. Yeah. And I hate that feeling that like, oh my gosh, I did so bad. You all are lying to me. Mm-hmm. I did not do great.
Yes. Yeah.
I always, my wife always tells me, wait a day to watch what you did if you watch your performance the same day you did it, you're gonna be a lot more negative about it. So
Yeah.
I always take a day, just sleep it
Yeah.
off, wake up, put up. You're doing your daily morning routine. Just look at it, and that's why like I record like our performances, because like I've noticed, and this is on some real shit. Since we started, we've had so much fucking better. It's been so much fucking smoother. I know what I bring to it, dude. I am this huge fucking ball of energy, and I don't get to fucking project that. But when I'm on stage, it's like one of the only safe places, and it's not a safe. I don't give a fuck what people think about me. They could all suck my fucking cock. But like, because like I'm not there. I'm there to fucking just play because I love to play.
Yeah.
You could like me, you could hate me. That's cool, dude. But you know what? I'm not your ordinary. I'm like brie cheese. I'm an acquired taste, and I'm fancy with the crackers. You know what I'm saying? Like but it's so imperative to just have that feeling that like I won't be chastised, I won't be ostracized by what people think of my fucking music. Instead, I'm gonna watch my shit, I'm gonna work on my craft, and I know that through repetition, I am gonna eventually rise in like levels. And I've seen that in our performances, with Tony like joining us, and even when I could see the difference between us practicing, not practicing, us having adequate time to like learn the material. And it's just like anything else, dude. Like we keep putting time in it, it's gonna continue to bear fruit. And it's people are connecting with the realness that is us and the vibe. Because dude, when you perform, you project self in a way that your words just can't, man.
Yeah. There
There is something with song that is so fucking unique. And a lot of people don't appreciate it, but then the people that do are fellow artists and shit like that, dude. That they get it.
Yeah,
Like I
for
know
sure.
when I slip up, Tony gets it, because Tony slips up, he slips up, but we have each other's back. We're a team up there. You know what I mean?
Well, that's key. And so, Tony, I'll go back to what you said about like there are always those moments. Even the great bands have those moments when they're like, "Wow, shit," we missed a verse. Like that's how it goes sometimes. And I remember standing there at the stage, like watching you guys while that happened. And I was like, "Keep going, keep going, keep going," and you guys kept it going.
Yeah,
and you ended it in a good way.
Yeah.
And the thing is, all those people down there, and coming from a fellow musician who was in the crowd, they do not care.
Yeah.
This just start to end, you do it your own way, and if doing it your own way you have a mess up, but you come back from it, that's the only way that you can do it sometimes.
Yeah. There's just something about like live music that, like, even if I don't even know the song, I'm like I get the chills in any kind of music, minus like some genres.
Yeah.
No K-pop.
Okay, but
I'm joking. I love Korean food.
But like,
yeah.
감사합니다. I'm sorry.
it's good. It's good.
But okay, so we've all talked about a couple of struggles and the way that we've overcome them. So when it comes to playing shows live, which I feel like all three of you guys, that's a big part of what you do. Emotionally, what does that solve for you guys?
Ooh, that's a good question. I kind of touched on it earlier, but it is like live music. When I'm performing, I'm very rarely thinking about what am I doing for all of the people listening. I'm very, very focused on like what is the chemistry that I'm having? What's this moment that I'm sharing with the people that I'm playing with? And I think it comes down to that conversation again. What I'm putting into it and what I'm getting out of it is, at work in a corporate environment, there are do's and don'ts. There are things that are kosher to talk about and things that you glaze over. You play the game a little bit. Not that there's necessarily anything wrong with it. It's just you don't necessarily always have the chance to be your truest self. Yeah. And then in some social situations, maybe you go out to a bar and you've met somebody for the first time and you don't know like how far you can go.
Yeah. When should I bring up politics?
Yeah, exactly. Immediately.
It's the first thing.
Yeah.
Who'd you vote for?
Tell me now.
Yeah, there's just like a lot of opportunities where you maybe stick on the safe side. And when it comes to music, you're in it. Like, you are going to, because when it comes to music, you are nothing more than the end product of every other piece that all the emo music I've listened to, all the jazz and funk, and I'm this weird cross blend of James Jamerson and Joe Dart from Wolfpack, and Mark Hoppus. Like, it's ridiculous, and nobody's gonna play that like the way I'm gonna interpret it. Nobody's gonna hit a crash and then stand on their drum kit.
That's very ballsy. That's very ballsy, man. That chair, I was like, it was amazing. Because when I swear to you, I did not look behind me, and then when I saw the fucking video, I was like, this motherfucker.
Yeah.
it was perfectly, because when we practiced this with Evil Wayne, I wish he could have been here. I love that kid. When we practiced it, we just felt that break was going to be so amazing, and it was, exactly. And then Tony just fucking popped up. I had no idea.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, motherfuckers. Suck it, Trebek.
Yeah.
And it was.
It was
The
so
reaction you
great.
got
It was
told you that it
perfect.
was. That's all you needed.
And that's the beauty about getting, like you're saying, like you're saying, both of you were saying actually, like, is being and acknowledging the vibe and being able to like feed off of each other's vibe. Like they will always know. I don't know. I'm just ready to fucking do something, say some shit stupid, call people whatever the fuck. But that's the thing about artistry. It's not about conforming. It's about like introducing the public to your artistic perspective.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whether it's covers, whether it's original. Because think about it, you sing an original, it's like, my girlfriend sucked another dude's dick. Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't fucking know. That's a perfect example. That dude, I don't know where he got that, if there is a real Scotty, but somebody got fucked over, okay? And maybe the name Scotty is really like Malcolm or John or Jonathan, but that's what I'm saying. So like, it's fucked up, but it's funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And like, people understand that.
Yes, and that's the whole thing about music. It's connection.
That actually goes to another thing that I really like, because some of the best concerts that I've ever seen, I always think of Band of Horses, because they're in the middle of one of their songs, they like, I don't know, like he unplugged his guitar or something, like he fucked up. And rather than like shrinking in and being like, oh no, I'm messing up, he was just like, I fucked it up, guys, someone, and like made a big joke out of it. And it's this weird moment where, depending on how he handled it, people would have been like, oh, that was really weird, or oh, that was this really fun, genuine moment. And people always connect with the authenticity and the genuine moments. And that's why I think it's so fun, with those songs that you're talking about, or when you are more focused on what's the vibe we're creating on the stage, rather than how professional am I projecting to the audience. Ending with those moments, I think, is so much more beneficial for everybody involved.
It's just, I feel like it's really like carving out like who you are, what your stage presence is.
Yeah.
Because I think there's a lot of people that go up there and they'll tell stories and they'll be like, "Hi y'all, how you doing? How's the weather?" Like, you know what I mean? And it's all about how you are pitching your artistry. You know what I'm saying? And I think that, again, like Phil said, I think people are very smart. I think people that have been listening to music for more than just a fucking day are very keen to authenticity. Like when you think of bands like Metallica, the Stones, Zeppelin, they had something that no one else had. That's what defined them, is their authenticity and who they are and how cool they vibe when they were put together. You can't conjure it. You can't AI that shit. No. You know what I mean? And that's why we hold on to, like, for our dear lives, to the artistry that is music.
Tony, what about you?
What was the question again?
Yeah, he hasn't fucking even been drinking. Like, not one fucking drink.
Damn it, Charlie.
I'm sorry.
Emotionally, at this point in your life, what do you get from performing?
It's every time I perform, it depends on where I am and who I'm performing for. At school, when I would perform, like for jazz, I felt like I had like no faces, straight, look good posture, good technique. Performing here, I'm like, I can be who I want to freaking be and do whatever I want, and people are gonna love it. I can be who I am on stage, and people will love it, and I'm glad that people love it. It's weird, but like doing that at school, I hated it. We would play funk music and funk music, and I'd add like some cool like upbeats. Benner, what are you doing?
Yeah.
This does not sound good. You're messing everybody up. And then after, they'd all be like, yo, you weren't messing me up. That actually sounds pretty awesome. Bro. And now here, I could like play the most insane like drum fill, and like they'd keep playing, and I'd keep playing, and we'd just keep going and have fun.
And the entire time when you're playing after that, you're like, that was sick.
That was
I like listening to. Sometimes I just like prop up my phone and record a drum thing and send like yo, look at this cool thing that I accidentally did, and they're like, oh, this is pretty cool. And I'm listening to it, I was like, that's me. That's me doing that.
That's always a good thing when you actually play really well and you look or you listen back to your performance and you're like, fuck yeah, dude.
It's not bad,
Chicky,
There's that 80% poking out.
Yeah, dude.
Give me a light one off the top.
All right,
Just give
so
an
we
example.
got Slayer versus Pantera.
Slayer.
Pantera.
Oh,
we already got a
all right,
disagreement.
tiebreaker.
I've listened to like just a small bit of each of one.
Pantera's Dallas boys.
Yeah, they rep Texas.
Yeah.
They rep Texas, that's for sure.
They have a little song called Puck Off, which is the official goal song for the Dallas Stars.
So there's a reason why he loves
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's pretty cool.
when I think
It's pretty much Cowboys from Hell.
I love Cowboys from Hell. I love Walk. But
Walk's great.
when I think about like who Slayer is, when you think about the 4 horsemen of metal, the 4 original horsemen, I'm talking about like, you know who the fuck they are. The Metallica's James fucking Hetfield. You're talking about the lead singer of Slayer. You're talking about Megadeth's guy.
I love Megadeth.
Dude, those 4 guys used to be in one band, and then they broke up and made super band. It's like the fucking Infinity Stones, man. But the thing with Slayer, what I love about Slayer, you think about Angel of Death. You think about like Raining Blood. It's just like and I've seen them play live. I actually caught my first Slayer concert. I caught a drumstick. I have it in my house.
That's awesome.
My fucking God, the amount of fire in that fucking concert, dude. It was so fucking awesome. Like, oh my God, there was so much fire, and these guys, as old as they were, they never let off the gas. It's just, and they're like, I'm talking about, they have no hair, all motherfuckers, but they're just like fucking just.
They bottom the noggin.
Bro,
Yeah.
just going, and it's just they never falter like Metallica. They don't falter, they don't fail. It's just like it's impossible.
Okay,
like,
hold on.
Sorry.
So we're 1-1.
We're in the
You're gonna
tiebreaker.
decide who's the winner, and this other one's going back down on the bottom of the list.
Nice.
Okay.
Stakes are high.
I've listened to more Pantera and I enjoy, but I really like Raining Blood, but I gotta say Pantera's good.
Okay. Pantera.
Respect.
I've seen
All right.
that.
Rapid fire.
Who's next on the list?
We got Pantera versus Korn.
Oh, I'm sticking Pantera.
Sam Pantera.
I would have to say Korn, man. I have to say Korn. You know
Charlie
why?
is the oddball.
I'll tell you that. Listen, all day I dream about sex, Freak on a Leash. I get it. Pantera had a really good fucking like a career, but when you look at it, like Korn is still out here. Korn is Jonathan Davis, Monkey or Head, Monkey, all those guys, and they also brought forth Limp Bizkit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They brought other bands to the freaking forefront. And I'm not talking anything about Pantera. I love Pantera for everything they are, but they're like Suicidal Tendency. Really fucking awesome band, but like I don't know. Besides Walk and Cowboys from Hell, I don't know anything.
All right, here we go again.
All
Tony,
right,
you're a tiebreaker again, man.
Tony, the tiebreaker.
I haven't really listened to Corn.
Oh, he doesn't know better.
Pantera's staying on top of the
Forgive him.
All right, so Pantera's still there. All right,
Okay.
so here we go. I got you, Will.
All right.
Pantera versus Megadeth.
Megadeth.
All right, there we go. So
here
Tony's
we
the
go.
first to speak up on this one.
My car's name is Dave Mustang.
That's
That's
so rad.
I would say on this one I would say Pantera because I'm more familiar with Pantera than I am with Megadeth. Although I know a little bit about Megadeth, they were super fucking like Meshuggah or like or fucking Sepultura. They're very like they get in these jams and then they run those jams, but those jams are so fucking hard.
Mm-hmm.
But I never really like deciphered Megadeth, so I would have to say Pantera.
Dude, Megadeth is dope, but they never wrote a goal song for the Dallas Stars. So,
Pantera.
Pantera.
All right, well, give us a good one. How are we going to dethrone Pantera?
Here we go. Pantera versus Slipknot.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Tony is.
Go for it.
I haven't heard a
Go.
lot of Slipknot.
No. I love the drums on Slipknot.
That's
All right.
Which drummer
I
though?
knew I
Which
was gonna
drummer?
get the
Joey or like the new one?
Number 7 or whatever.
Yeah.
They're both. I've seen more of the new guy, like the
course.
bald one.
Yeah.
He's all over like YouTube, Instagram. But I like Joey.
Joey was the original. Like, let me tell you something. Joey did something in a concert in England that Tommy Lee did, which was I think Tommy Lee would have a platform that the drums would like get lifted and it would
tilt.
rotate.
Yeah.
Joey strapped on like a fucking race car seatbelt and his drum throne was an actual fucking like race car seat. He strapped onto it and the platform went up and then the platform went like basically pretty much like 90 degrees.
I saw that.
And then he turned around and then the lights turned on the 6-point fucking star. Bro, music is not only about talent, it's about showmanship.
It's fair.
It's
Yeah.
think about it, dude. It's so pertinent.
Phil.
So is this
Slipknot?
Phil.
Is it Slipknot?
Is this
Yeah.
2 votes for Slipknot?
I'm doing Slipknot. Absolutely.
Well, I want to hear the opinion.
Look, I'm sticking with my homerism. I'm gonna be a
Pantera.
Pantera boy. Honestly, like I never got super into Slipknot. Just like the mask scared me. I was.
He doesn't like clowns.
Yeah,
You're right.
that is factual.
I remember
He
the
does
first
not like
time.
clowns.
I think the first time I like talked to you at the Meteor was with the clown.
When the
walking
clown
in,
was
you're like,
there, I was like,
You're gonna die, clown!
You had to go to the bathroom, but he went to the bathroom. He's like, I can hold it.
yeah. Like, this is
fucking
fun.
Alright,
So yeah, Pantera gets knocked off.
Slipknot is taking the top.
We got Slipknot versus System of a Down.
System of a Down.
System of a Down.
System of a
All right, unanimous. That was
Hands
quick.
down.
Sounds so fun.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the way Serge's like
Mhm.
voice, like he's singing like this, and then he's singing like this. It's so fun.
Yeah.
I want to point this out. It's funny because we, as a band, we haven't touched System at all.
No.
And
Yeah.
it's on purpose.
It's tough to touch.
No.
What?
No. It's not that it's tough to touch. It's just that it's like not
I would
yet.
touch it.
Yeah. I wouldn't yet because like listen. So when I start, you know how when you start playing an instrument like guitar or whatever, you have a band that you just go fucking complete.
You get obsessed
100%.
with.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know almost every single System song from beginning to end for the first 3 albums. But the thing is that like I played it so fucking much that I can't do it like as much anymore. I trust me, like
Yeah, dude, I got that way with AC/DC. It's like
Yeah.
I practiced a bunch of their songs. I've just heard like Back in Black's a badass song, but I just can't stand to hear it again. I've just like
You've
heard
done
it too
it.
much.
Yeah, especially
And it's
you know,
great. I mean, it's legendary stuff, but
Kind of
All
feel that
right,
way.
let's
about
kick
Simple.
it off to the next one. System of a Down
Okay,
is
so-
just a clear winner so far. You're gonna have to give them something good, Will. Something good.
okay. Well, there's a right answer here for me. System of a Down versus Queens of Stone Age.
System of a Down.
That's the hardest
No,
matchup for this
no.
entire one. No, because Trent Reznor, like...
Trent Reznor's gonna stay in Nine Inch Nails and go fuck himself. I know, I'm sorry, Phil, I'm sorry. This is not gonna break up the band, I swear.
Add him on that.
Dude,
We'll tag him in that.
I you know what? Trent Reznor reminds me of like Phil Collins and the dude from what's his name? God damn it! They were both in Genesis, but it was Peter Gabriel.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing. One is a little softer, more like very harmonic in his voice, but the other one's more a little bit abrasive. Like Phil Collins was. I think he was a bad boy. I fucking love Phil Collins.
I do love Phil Collins.
Fuck yeah, dude. He's so amazing. Amazing drummer.
Yeah.
Amazing bass player.
Oh, dude, let's
Oh,
talk about
musician.
his soundtrack.
Tarzan,
Oh my
Brother
God,
Bear.
yes!
Are you fucking
Dude,
kidding
Tarzan. Amazing.
This is no longer this competition. This is Phil Collins now.
Oh my God.
Phil Collins. Alright, Phil Collins.
Billy Collins, every day.
Alright.
I'm gonna give a very, very soft edge to System of a Down just because I have more history with them, but like, damn it, I respect Trent Reznor so much.
Tell me who was your pick.
System.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey,
I was going Queens of Stone Age all the way.
I like
They're one of my.
Queens of-
They're like one of my.
They
top
had
five
one or
bands,
two.
man.
My thing with them is this: they had a couple of really good hits, right? But they barely made it out of the one-hit wonder thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
They got front to back albums. Man.
But how many albums did they have?
Like four. I can
Four.
listen
But
to
how
straight
many
through.
hits do you remember for their albums? One.
you're asking the wrong
No.
person.
Yeah.
He'll remember all of them.
I love that band.
Here, let's
Okay,
go ahead.
alright,
Let's go ahead and
skip,
move on.
skip.
I'm gonna give
Controversial.
it the big one. Okay. System of a Down versus Metallica.
Metallica.
Yeah.
I love System,
Yeah,
here
we go. We
but
had
you
to do
cannot.
that.
You
We had to get out
can't.
of
But
there.
the thing
I
is,
know.
you can't.
I know their first 7 albums, front to back, on drums. I have all the CDs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know lyrics, but I could.
He
could
could
play.
like the System
I
of
can
a
sing
Yeah,
every
yeah,
note to the
yeah.
The
guitar
System of a
solo.
Down
Yeah.
is Metallica.
This is one of those questions that if you're asking me which, like, oh, you're only allowed to listen to one Spotify playlist on, like, I personally would choose System of a Down, but I recognize what a fool's errand that is in the context of this. Like, no, it's gonna be Metallica.
Metallica, let me
they're
tell you
more
something.
influential. They've probably inspired more.
Yeah.
Metallica is like comparing Queen to Black Sabbath. That's kind of like almost the same thing because both of them are extremely fucking good and extremely influential bands.
Yeah.
But they were very good at very different specific things.
Yeah.
Like, I want to tell you right now, Metallica, flawless. I've seen them multiple times live. Absolutely fucking flawless because they are so fucking keen to perfecting their trade. Where System of a Down, it's a little bit different because Darren writes the songs and then Serge sings them. But Serge, if you guys have been into like the System,
Yeah,
thing,
no, I fuck with them. They're a great band.
they're it's just the creativeness is not there because Darren is the actual voice of it and Serge is just the actual voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Metallica's
sure.
that one band from Stranger Things, aren't they?
No,
That's what they got big for?
Yeah.
you can't have
They had some
fucking metal
potential.
without Metallica.
Yeah, those guys.
They can make it.
They
yeah.
can make it.
yeah.
Metallica is
So,
just they're
yeah.
like you know what it is, they're like on another level. Same thing as like Slayer, same thing as Cannibal Corpse. Those are the bands that are just like they're like Nordic gods.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
I think
That's-
I have a direction to go. Well, I don't think there's anything else on our list that's going to dethrone.
I would just want to like make
No.
an honorable mention for Metallica. Best live performance you can watch on YouTube.
Ever.
When they were playing at Moscow.
Yes,
That is
yes,
the best.
Yes,
Stage
Yeah,
left.
that's the
yes,
best
2
clip.
point
That
something
was-
million
Yeah,
people.
military security guards
Holy
stopped guarding
shit.
and started
Started, like,
jamming.
yeah,
they were like
yeah.
up there on the wave, dude.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
awesome.
yes,
That
I-
was awesome.
There
That's
was one.
Pull up it on YouTube. You're gonna be.
I deep
electric.
cleaned my house with that playing on our big TV. I've never seen my siblings more interested in a video.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
were like
yeah.
drooling watching. I was
All
like,
right, so now I got a question.
Hit it.
All right, and I'm going to give it to Charlie.
Fuck yeah.
Charlie, here's your task.
Okay.
Metallica versus insert here and you have to insert somebody that you think both of these guys are going to agree with you on.
Ooh.
Pantera. Yeah, baby. Yeah. No, you know what? I'll tell you this. Led Zeppelin. Right there.
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin is like, or if you want to really polish it off, Black Sabbath, dude. You know what I mean?
Oh, we got to disagree.
I would take
No,
Zeppelin. I
it's-
would take Zeppelin over both those.
I
Yeah,
always
I would
look
say.
at the timeline, right? Because every band that's out there influences and inspires the next generation.
Right.
This is one of the reasons why I love playing with like for instance, I know he's younger, right? But like I'm telling you right now, dude, this dude is the future. Why not be working alongside the future? Why not be part of the future in some kind of way? I think that like you look at rock and roll before Metallica, there was Zeppelin, there was Sabbath, there was the Animals, there
Def
was
Leppard.
dude,
Yeah.
you know
Def
what I'm saying?
Leppard.
Fucking
Oh, hell yeah,
Bob fucking Seger.
Yeah.
You know, Bobby
Oh,
Seger,
yeah,
dude. Metallica did Turn the Page. Bob Seger originally wrote that.
Yeah.
Whitney Houston fucking sang the Bodyguard theme, but it was Dolly Parton that wrote it.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
there's
yeah.
always a pioneer. Bob Dylan did like a Rolling Stone.
Bob Dylan.
Bobby
Right
fucking
there.
dude.
Bob
Yeah.
Dylan.
Yeah. I kind of have a hot take about Bob Dylan.
He's a fucking.
Is
I'm a huge Hendrix fan, and like he's covered a bunch of Bob Dylan stuff. Like I just don't get it, man.
Bob
Bob
Dylan.
Dylan, and I know he's inspired a bunch of people. I just listen to it. I'm like,
See, that's the thing. Bob Dylan, greatest songwriter of all time.
Yes.
Arguably one of the worst singers of all time.
If you ever
this
watched,
kind of sucks.
if you ever watched A Long Way Home, which is a Martin Scorsese documentary of Bob Dylan, Bob Dylan
Okay.
states in the beginning of his career he didn't really have any originals. So what he would do is listen to the radio, listen to the most popular artists out there, and copy them and write and because back then it was all covers. Everybody covered all this really 1920s like bluesy shit, right?
Yeah.
So Bob Dylan just basically started copying people and started copying real famous artists at the time that were out there and just did his rendition. And he started playing and started getting traction. And then he became the Bob Dylan that we know with the Butterfield Blues Band and all these other dudes. But Bob Dylan, I think he was, in the time that he came through, it was just perfect. Kind of like Cobain in the early 90s. There was no fucking grunge. There was no, you had 80s hair bands. You had like industrial metal, Cannibal Corpse, Biohazard, Sepultura in the early 90s.
Bob Dylan.
And then Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan was just like, headbanging.
But also, let me tell you, Bob Dylan also gave way to Jacob Dylan, the lead singer of the Wallflowers, One Headlight.
One of the greatest songs ever.
Bob Dylan was important because Bob Dylan was during a time where you had Johnny Cash, Buddy Holly, and the Big Bopper, Elvis. They all played off of each other, and then they led to like the Doors. Stones have been around since the fucking 50s, but the Stones gave the Beatles a run and made the Beatles push their game. That's why I love the artistry that we have here and the community that we have here. I could see Peyton Joy, or I could see Rum Wolf, or I could see Bobby playing keys, and I'm like, you know what? I really like that. I want to put a twist to that. That's like the Trees played Scotty Doesn't Know, and I was like, dude, I love that song, and it inspired me to fucking next week play it, and we played it with members of the Trees. It was amazing, and that's why I say you could say Metallica did this, but one led to the other, which led to the other, and maybe one day, the fucking Dead Anthems will lead to like something else. It will be another brick in the wall of music.
People are gonna say Metallica or Dead Anthems, and they're gonna be like, fucking
Dead
Anthems.
Who the fuck is Metallica?
What? They're the Dallas Stars goal song.
I think that's gonna be a goal for our band is to get a fucking Dead Anthem song played at a fucking
There you
game.
go.
That's how you know you made it.
Okay, I think this is perfect segue. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up a little bit. Go ahead and tell the audience what you guys got coming up, so they know where to find you, social medias, anything.
Yeah. So we have a couple different social medias. We have Phil has his own, I have my own, Tony has his own. We're usually tagged in the Real Charlie 9. A couple of things coming up. We may right now we're tentatively looking at a show in Fayetteville for this college moving thing that's going on. It's gonna be really poolside, really cool shit, right? And then at the end of August, we have a concert in Bentonville. We're not really telling people where it's gonna be. It's gonna be Charlie 9 or the Anthems featured, a couple different cool fucking bands. We got Sean Key. We also have On the Radio. They're fucking super awesome. I'm so excited to work with them. And we're gonna just pop up in different places just to give people a show and give people a little piece of our fucking minds. You know what I mean? Without like the corporate like red tapes, like you gotta sell these many tickets. Like fuck that. We're just gonna pop up places and let people know what's up. You know?
Yeah, I'm excited for that, man. Yeah,
I am too.
It's gonna be good stuff.
I really am
Hell
too.
yeah, dude.
You guys want to plug your socials?
Yeah, sure, why not? I post on Instagram once a day, or by once a day I mean once a decade. But if you're
he
like,
gets tagged a lot by me.
if you're like way into following me, you can follow me at pdent_creative, and that's where I post videos and things of me playing bass or mostly my dog.
Cute dog. You got a
Very cute dog.
Oh my god, so adorable.
But
Tommy?
I don't really have a drum account. I should do that soon, but I do have.
Let people follow your personal.
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
man.
Yeah, let us
Just
see
yourself.
the line.
Just yourself.
Oh.
It's at Tony.baloney.
Fuck yeah.
07.
Nice.
Really good.
That's what we like
Fuck
to
it.
hear.
TonyBaloney.7, everyone.
And I also have a band, and it's the Trees, CHREES.
The trees.
Yeah, trees are good. Follow the trees as
Yeah,
well.
follow the trees.
There will be new posts coming soon.
Okay,
There you
we'll
go.
be on the lookout.
Hell yeah.
Well, guys, you can catch Dead Anthems on stage, in their feelings, or somewhere in the mix between. Thanks for watching. This has been a great show to have with you guys.
Fuck
I love
yeah.
it.
Yeah, thanks for doing
Oh.
this,
it's
guys.
been an absolute
Yeah.
blast.
Yeah. Anyways, if you don't already, get booked. Don't miss a beat.
Bye.
All right. There we go, guys.
Yeah, alright, let's
Oh,
pick
yeah.
up some instruments. Alright, here we go.